Hey everyone, and welcome back to English in Real Life, the podcast where we talk like real people so you can too. I'm Alex.
And I'm Sarah. So happy you're here with us today.
Okay, Sarah, quick question before we start. Have you ever walked into a room full of strangers and had absolutely no idea what to say?
Oh, only about 100 times.
Same. And today, we're talking about one of the most nerve-wracking versions of that situation, your first day at a new job. New faces, new rules, new English. It's a lot.
It really is. But by the end of this episode, you'll have the exact words and phrases you need to survive and actually impress people on day one.
Let's get into it. All right, Sarah, let's start with a fun one. If you could describe your very first day at a job in just one word, what would it be?
Overwhelming. You?
Terrifying. I remember just standing at the door of the office thinking, do I knock? Do I just walk in? Does anyone know I'm supposed to be here?
That feeling is so real. And the thing is, most of that anxiety comes from not knowing what to say. Like, what do you say when your new boss walks up to you, or when a colleague asks you something and you don't understand?
Exactly. So for our listeners, especially if you work or want to work in an English-speaking environment, this episode is really for you.
And even if you're a student or you just want to get better at professional English, these phrases will definitely help.
Okay, so let's imagine this. It's your first day. You walk in. What happens first?
Okay, so the very first thing you'll probably do is introduce yourself. And this sounds simple, but a lot of people freeze up here.
Why do they freeze?
Because they either say too much or too little. In English, especially in a workplace, there's a kind of formula. You say your name, your role, and maybe one friendly detail. That's it.
Can you give an example?
Sure, something like, "Hi, I'm Sarah. I just started today as the new marketing coordinator. Really excited to be here." Short, clear, confident.
I love that. And notice she said, just started today. That's a really natural way to explain that you're new without making it awkward.
Exactly. You don't need to say, "I am the new employee." That sounds a little stiff. "I just started" sounds much more natural.
Okay, what about small talk? Because after the introduction, someone's going to try to have a conversation with you, maybe at the coffee machine or before a meeting starts.
Right, and small talk is honestly one of the hardest things for English learners because it's not really about information, it's about connection.
What do you mean?
So when a colleague says, "How was your morning?" they're not asking for a full report. They just want to feel comfortable with you. The goal is to be warm and keep things light.
So what's a good response?
Something like, "Not bad, still getting used to everything. Do you know where the good coffee is?" You answer and then you ask them something. That little question at the end keeps the conversation going.
That's such a good tip. Throw the ball back to them.
Exactly. In English, we call that keeping the conversation flowing. You don't want it to just stop cold.
Okay, now here's one I think a lot of learners worry about. What if your boss gives you instructions and you don't fully understand? What do you do?
Oh, this is so important. First, don't pretend you understood when you didn't. That can cause real problems later.
Okay, so what do you say?
You use what I call a polite clarification phrase, something like, "I'm sorry, could you say that again?" Or, "Just to make sure I understand, you'd like me to," and then you repeat back what you did understand.
Oh, I love that second one. So you're showing that you were listening even if you missed something.
Exactly. It shows you're engaged and professional. Nobody expects you to be perfect on day one, but they do notice when you're making a real effort.
What about formal versus informal language? Because at some offices, it's very casual. Everyone uses first names, lots of jokes, but other places feel more serious.
Such a great point. And honestly, the safest move on day one is to start a little more formal and then relax once you see how your team communicates.
So like watching copy?
Basically, yes. If your manager signs emails with "Best, David," don't reply with "Hey, Dave." Not on day one.
Noted. What are some signs that an office is more casual?
People use nicknames, they say gonna and wanna instead of going to and want to. They use phrases like no worries or sounds good instead of understood, I'll proceed accordingly.
That last one sounds like a robot.
It really does. And one more thing, body language counts too. A warm smile, making eye contact, nodding when someone speaks to you, these are all part of communicating well in English or any language.
That's such a good reminder. Language isn't just words.
Never is.
Okay, it's time for our vocabulary spotlight, where we take the key words from today's episode and make sure they really stick. Sarah, take it away.
All right. Word number 1, to introduce yourself. This means to tell someone your name and who you are for the first time. Let me introduce myself. I'm Sarah.
Number 2, small talk. This is casual, friendly conversation about everyday topics. The weather, the weekend, how your morning was. It's not deep. It's just warm.
Number 3, to keep the conversation flowing. This means to make sure the conversation doesn't stop. You do this by asking follow-up questions or adding a comment after you answer.
Number 4, a polite clarification phrase. This is a sentence you use when you don't understand something and need the other person to explain again, but in a polite and professional way. Like, could you clarify what you mean?
And number 5, formal versus informal register. Register means the level of language you use. Formal register is for professional or serious situations. Informal register is for friends and casual conversations. Knowing which one to use and when is a huge skill.
5 really useful ones today.
So let's do a quick recap. On your first day at a new job, you'll want to introduce yourself clearly and naturally. Keep small talk warm and light, and always throw a question back to the other person.
If you don't understand something, don't panic. Use a polite clarification phrase. And pay attention to the environment. Is it formal or casual before you decide how to communicate?
And remember, nobody expects you to be perfect. What people do appreciate is someone who's friendly, attentive, and willing to try.
Okay, here is your challenge for this week. Write your own first day introduction in the comments below. Just 2 or 3 sentences. Tell us your name, what you do or study, and one friendly detail. We'll read them.
We really will. And if this episode helped you, please subscribe. We put out new episodes every week, all designed to help you speak English with more confidence in real life.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.